Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chain Economic News. I'm Bogdan Nikolov in Sofia, Bulgaria, and I have invited Donald Trump, United States presidential candidate, to join us here today. The US elections will be held in 2 months on November the 8th. Hello Mr. Trump. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Your hair is fabulous as always, but your face seems a little pale, not the infamous glowing orange we're used to.
Hello, Mr. Nikolov. Thanks for inviting me. It's just the weird anti-red and this meant anti-Trump light in your studio that makes my face look pale, I'm telling you.
We're very grateful that you've taken time out of your busy schedule to give us this interview.
Oh, let's cut the crap. You know I'm not much the social formalist and polite pleasantries type of guy.
That's hard to overlook, Mr. Trump. And anyway, 10 days ago you were in Mexico, and before your visit there you said you were sure that they'll pay for the wall you want to build between the US and Mexico.
You're fired!
Pardon? It's the first time in my entire life I'm hearing about being fired, though you make it sound more as if I'm facing a firing squad.
Anyone who calls the wall anything than its real name, namely the Great Wall of Trump, will be fired.
Oh, I see the analogy, like the Great Wall of China that has been famous for millennia.
No, it won't be made of China. It will be made of solid brick, concrete, and mortar and iron.
You know that China is also the name of a country, quite a large one in fact.
I know. I first heard of it when many years ago I celebrated my latest bankruptcy in New York City, and it happened to be in Chinatown. I had a chat with the waiter and he informed me of this fact. So I know that as well as something you eat your dinner of, China is also a country.
You celebrated your bankruptcy?
Yes, that's how I earn my living. Haven't you ever declared bankruptcy? Are you aware of the opportunity it provides?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, that's probably why you're just a video blogger and not a real estate tycoon. But anyway, let me tell you when I heard of China for the second time. It was on September 4th this year, when President Obama was denied the usual red carpet welcome by the Chinese and forced to go out of the S of Air Force One.
And if you were the US president, I suppose that the Chinese officials would line up alongside the plane and receive you with rapturous applause.
Yes, exactly. Because the Chinese are like the Mexicans, the Iranians, the Russians, the Philippine president who called Obama a son of a whore, and all the rest of them. They disrespect Obama with all his politeness and diplomacy, but for some reason, respect me. And I have a message for all of the citizens who are in America illegally. Go in peace or go in pieces.
You surely know that Hillary Clinton said Trump and his hateful language are affecting our kids. And there is an article on her website titled, "Teachers describe the heartbreaking impact Trump's hateful rhetoric is having on their students." Would you care to comment on this?
Yes. My impact on students is likely for less profound than the impact of certain Clinton and a certain Lewinsky, if you catch my meaning.
You mean the Bill Clinton story with Monica Lewinsky, right?
I don't know whether her name was Monica or not, or whether his name was Bill or Dick. I just remember the family names. I'm getting old, you know. My memory is no longer what it used to be. And I want to point out that I never did with my apprentice on my show what Mr. Clinton did with Miss Lewinsky.
You never did with a participant on your show what Bill Clinton did with Monica Lewinsky. Are we speaking here of the thing that led to his famous quote that he needed to be told the definition of sex before he admitted or denied having sex with her?
Never. Well, give me a definition of never and I'll answer the question.
You must be very happy that the poll a week ago gave you a 1% better result than Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Hillary! Those hilarious results had me roaring with laughter. I was quick to post them on Facebook before they publish another less flattering set. You can never be too careful or too quick, you know.
Will you comment on the video released by Hillary Clinton on Sunday where she looks at a very small child and says, "I'll do all the worrying, is that a deal?" I'm asking because in Bulgaria it's illegal to use young children in an election campaign.
Oh, come on. I also use my son Eric, who's like a small child. He was so cute when he asked about the Clintons, and I quote, "The question I always ask is, what product were they selling? If we make a buck, we sold a bottle of wine or an apartment, or we sold a hotel room. What product were they selling to make $150 million?
Yes, it was indeed a little childishly naive to think that only material products can make you money. Okay, next question. Is it correct that you want to end birthright citizenship?
Yes. Granting automatic citizenship to children born in the USA must stop.
I thought you wanted to make, and I quote, America great again. Ending birthright citizenship would make America more like Europe, actually.
Yes, and like, what was the other country you mentioned?
China.
Yeah, and more like China, or Russia, presumably.
Not quite, but certainly, at least in this respect. Change of topic. How do you feel about Hillary Clinton's statement on her website that she believes that when unions are strong, America is strong?
Just some more nonsense. Just some more continuous random announcement of policy, or, as I like to say it, CRAP crap on her part.
I think you should be grateful for statements like this on her part, because people who find you utterly disgusting might still prefer your ideals to hers. Many true Republicans, I mean.
Yeah, actually you're right. There are so many of these people. In fact, this is an even bigger gift than the email scandal.
It is indeed. But on the other hand, some of your statements work against you. Like, for instance, the somewhat amusing, "I know more about ISIS than generals do," and the notorious, "I like people who weren't captured."
Let me address both those statements. First, I know more about ISIS than generals do. Follows directly the fact that I know more about everything that anyone does. And the second one, the one I said about the war veterans, that's because I generally like people. Therefore, I also like people and don't get captured. This is simply an example of one of the many categories of people I like.
Mr. Trump, when I listen to you, I ask myself whether I will live long enough to see another great US president of the caliber of Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yes, you will. Oh, yes, you will. You see, Reagan had a great challenge to destroy communism. So as soon as communism appears in the world again on a large scale, a person as great as Reagan will appear again.
Are you suggesting that communism is coming back?
Yes, and here is why. Some central banks are now discussing whether to start buying stocks, yes, stocks, with taxpayers' money or with the forex reserves of the country.
Stocks? With the family silver of the nation?
Yes, and the Europeans were the first to announce it. As soon as it happens, hyperinflation will occur. And before you know it, communism.
Under someone like Vladimir Putin, about whom you recently said, and I quote, "I think in terms of leadership, he's getting an A."
You see, we're starting to agree. And then you'll have someone like President Reagan again.
That perverse logic is hard to contradict indeed. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you for letting the Bulgarian people see what's wrong and what's right about America.
Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for watching Chain Economic News.